The last time I saw a content creator have a very similar, I don't know, mental breakdown to this was FouseyTube, and we all know how that ended. If you're a real one and you saw the video from 2 days ago, you know that MrBeast was accused of some very serious stuff such as faking videos, being a bad person, hating women, and being racist. And that's stuff you normally hear from someone like MrBeast. A hide and seek video on the MrBeast channel 2 years ago, and the winner of that challenge won, I think, $200,000, something like that, to give to charity. If you really care about charity, I don't think you give a fuck who wins, you know, as long as the money goes to people who actually need it. Also, whether I win or whether Quackity wins or anyone else wins, I don't care as long as the money goes to good cause. But that's just me, right? She was having a mental breakdown. At some point, MrBeast texted her and she didn't want to call. Like, I'll show you the DMs. If he can say this to me on the phone, he can say it in writing. When I asked him to send over the raw footage to review the timeline, he went radio silent. MrBeast kept pressing me to get on the phone and refused to answer any of my questions in writing. This got 1.4 million views, which is pretty crazy. So, you know, she's gonna be making a few dollars on Twitter. So yesterday, MrBeast so yesterday, MrBeast reached out and says, "What's your phone number? I'd love to call and see if we can figure out what happened." Which I think is a pretty reasonable thing to do. Like, hey, let's talk about it. A lot of people wouldn't even reach out. And she sends this: "Hey Jimmy, my intention of speaking up is not to be malicious or create drama." Which is such a BS statement that we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it because there is proof that this was not just, "I want fairness and I want women representation even though I suck and I'm boring." She continues, "I was really hurt by the editing decisions you made. Editing me out of the top 3 and making me look like I performed worse than I did felt awful. I have stayed silent for so long, it's costing me mental stress over placing 3rd place in a charity event where it's about charity, not about you." Like, I get it. I know she spent 24 hours there, and I do think if this turns out to be true and it was done on purpose to make Logan Paul or any other douchebag look better, I feel for her because I would be extremely fucking pissed if I worked my ass off and they made me look shittier. I completely get that. I think anyone would be upset. Like, that's a day wasted you're not gonna get back. It's just the way she's framing it. At first, I was pretty neutral about everything. I was like, I see where MrBeast is coming from, and I also see where she's coming from. But the more she tweets, the more she says, just how she acts in this whole conversation is making me want to switch sides with MrBeast, to be completely honest with you guys. It's not mentally healthy for me to have someone make me look worse than I do to millions of people. I will never do that to a fellow creator. Maybe the reason why they cut her out is because she wasn't entertaining enough to keep the viewers engaged. Or that might suck to hear, but, you know, it happens. And I'm sure it was nothing personal. And MrBeast says, "Obviously, I wasn't trying to make you look bad. Just give me time and we can chat. I'm not mad. I just want to help." This seems pretty fair, pretty reasonable. He didn't have to do this. I mean, I would have just blocked your ass for being annoying as shit, honestly. I would have been like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up." And then she replies with, "Why did you lie? Why did you say in the entire video that you found Logan Paul literally 1 minute before sack? I outlasted Logan and was proud of what I accomplished." It actually built some confidence in myself that wasn't there before. I think, and I'm not trying to be funny here, but I think there's a deeper issue. And I think she's like 30, 40 years old, and if you get your confidence from a charity event about hide and seek, and you're like 40 years old, and you're like, "This gave me a confidence boost," and you have 14 million subscribers, you have all the money in the world, you know, you made it, whatever. And I'm not even trying to be mean here, but she's kind of low-key being aggressive. "Why did you lie? What did you say?" It's like, dude, chill the fuck out. It was for charity. And MrBeast says, "I don't know, been a while. Let's call and figure it out." I saw some people on Twitter being like, "This is so mean. This is such a dry text." That video was 2 years ago. Do you know how many videos he's worked on since? And you gotta take this in consideration. And I'm not here to dick ride MrBeast or anything, but not only does he have YouTube, he has other channels to run. He has his Feastables, and at the time, MrBeast Burgers, whatever other collab, Fortnite, Stumble Guys. Point is, this guy is busy, okay? Do you think he remembers a video from 2 years ago when he's made hundreds of videos since? And that's not even his personal life, you know, so he has a lot of shit going on. So how can you expect him to remember something from 2 years ago? Do you guys remember what you guys did 2 years ago? If you don't, and I don't, how the fuck is MrBeast supposed to remember that shit? It's crazy. She responds with, "I'll give you some time to look into it and remember that we can discuss. I'm more than happy to review all the raw footage to help show the timeline of events. Feel free to send it over to my team. Let me know." He didn't respond because this is getting so fucking ridiculous. Why do you care so much? Like, 2 years ago, move on, stop wasting your time. You're successful, you're rich, go make content. Raw footage from 2 years ago. In case you guys don't know, that raw footage, that has to be over 24 hours because I believe it was a 24-hour challenge and the video was like 20-30 minutes long. Like, that's just unreasonable to ask, and just being like, okay, just send me that shit. Do you really have nothing fucking better to do? Then she says this: the amount of DMs I've received from people with similar stories, please know you're not alone. Your scene and your experiences are valid. Why is she acting like she's just a rape survivor? This was a MrBeast video. This girl's acting like MrBeast touched her inappropriately. I hear you loud and clear if you lost a game of hide and seek. What? And then this is where everything started falling apart, even for her own fans. A day after, getting millions of eyes on you for the first time in so long, she announces she was going to release a music video. I mean, the timing is just so perfect, right? Start drama, get millions of impressions on Twitter, get millions of eyes on you. A day later, announce your new music video. Like, why now? She went on the whole press run with H3, Trisha Paytas 2 days before everything went down. Then she keeps going on Twitter, and then out of nowhere, here's my new music video, guys. Go check it out. Wink, wink. Now that I got millions of eyes on the product, how can you defend this shit? Oh yeah, coincidentally, I have this video ready to go right now after the drama went down. So this morning, I woke up and she said this: I would like to apologize to MrBeast. I should have expressed my feelings privately and handled things directly. I will be removing all of the posts where I talk about creator games and Jimmy. I will be honest, in the thousands of death threats I've received today are a contributing factor, but I do also sincerely hear the feedback from so many of you. I'm glad she realized this. You still pretty much embarrass yourself and you're never going to be invited to another game. Shit happens, okay? Sometimes it's not even about you. Sometimes it's not even personal. Sometimes the video is better off without you. And, that's sad and that sucks, but that's the way some things are, And this tweet right here represents the whole community situation. This guy says, get the whole music promo done and now you fold. You did nothing wrong. His fan base is just so horrible to everyone. I am not going to take a Roblox content creator's comments, opinions on anything seriously. People who are saying, you did nothing wrong, you're brave for speaking out. How are you brave for speaking out about losing hide and seek? And you're like, I got their place, I got their place. You were acting like you were 7 years old and you won your first race at elementary school. Meanwhile, you're like 40 something years old. And of course, death threats are never okay. I don't condone that shit. I think it's inappropriate. Like, I don't think anyone deserves that kind of hate. She's the one that started all of this, but that doesn't mean there's not one single valid criticism about her. Weird situation to have here. I don't know what's going on with this woman. I don't think she's okay. Some of this was largely done to promote her new shitty music. Yeah, it's such a weird situation, especially coming from someone like Rosanna, which is someone that's never really been into drama. I don't know what's going on with her. This was definitely a FouseyTube moment. But whatever you guys think, let me know in the comments below. If you're new, like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. All right. Peace out.